Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
YouTube, D546. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want more sports content. Leave a like if you like the video, and I won't tell if you hit that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. I've been seeing a lot of mumbo jumbo all over the media for months now, ever since Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray got drafted. I mean, Kyler Murray, he had a really good season. He had a good season, but his season was not as good as Daniel Jones. He had less touchdowns and I think the same amount of interceptions as Daniel Jones, and he played the full season. He had more rushing yards. I think he had like 500 something, and Daniel Jones had 270 something. And basically, if Daniel Jones would have played the whole season, they might have had the same amount of rushing yards. And then you look at wins. Gardner Minshew had more wins than Kyler Murray. But anyway, let's not even look at just a direct comparison with him and Daniel Jones. I'm just seeing a lot of people saying that this is his year. He's going to bust out like Mahomes or Lamar, and he's going to all of a sudden be this top flight quarterback because he got DeAndre Hopkins. You guys are not realizing what you're doing. You're putting the same expectations on him as you did Baker Mayfield. How many people came out and said, Baker Mayfield is my dark horse for MVP? I mean, everybody came out and said Baker Mayfield, MVP. He's got Odell Beckham. He's got Jarvis Landry. They're saying Kyler Murray. You say he has no weapons, right? You say he has no weapons. And then you say Larry Fitzgerald isn't a weapon. But when DeAndre Hopkins is there, all of a sudden, you're saying he has DeAndre Hopkins. He has Larry Fitzgerald. All of these other receivers all of a sudden count. But they didn't count last year. He was doing it by himself last year, but now they count. Like I said, Kyler Murray he's a great young quarterback. I think he's going to be really good. I don't think he's going to be better than DJ, but that's just my bias as a fan. But let's be real here. Everybody coming out saying the Cardinals, Superbowl contenders, playoff contenders. I saw like a segment on NFL Network saying Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury were one of the coach tandems they picked that will definitely win a Super Bowl. Everywhere I look, I mean, I see they're recommending me his videos all day, and it's just like, let's take a step back and look at this here. Last year, he had all of those receivers besides DeAndre Hopkins. Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins is going to be a really big upgrade, but you got to look at so many quarterbacks have had elite receivers and have not been Super Bowl contenders. Yeah, they have Isaiah Simmons. Yeah, they may have drafted some offensive tackles, but can they get on the field? Like, can these guys get on the field? I mean, I just see so much handed to the first overall pick. It's just so much handed to him that everything he does is gold. Like, can he get on the field and show us that he's a winner with Mahomes? I wasn't that active on YouTube at that point. It's taking a kind of a break. But with Mahomes, when he came out of that draft and I saw him play one series in the preseason, I said, this dude is a dog. I mean, when he came out and before that season where he came out and was lighting it up, I was telling people that I knew that the Chiefs were going to have the number one offense. And everybody looked at me like I was crazy. And Mahomes, he got in there and lit it up just like I thought. First of all, they have so many weapons there, which is no way comparable to what they have in Arizona. They don't have anywhere near amount of weapons. Second of all, Cliff Kingsbury, I mean, can he get 2 years of being a great coach? Because what was their record last year? Probably like 5-11 or something like that. I'm not sure, but can we get some type of a track record before we start just crowning people as just contenders? Because if you look at their division, you have Russell Wilson in that division. You're going to have to make sure you have somebody that's going to block Aaron Donald. You got Jalen Ramsey. Jared Goff, you don't know what you're going to get with him. But the Rams, for some reason, find a way. They almost made the playoffs last year with that last second push. And then how can I forget? You have the team that was in the Super Bowl last year. The 49ers, they did not get worse in any category. So you got the 49ers and the Seahawks. You got the Rams, who were a borderline playoff team, and if they would have played the whole season like they did at that last stretch, they would have been a double-digit win team. So where is Kyler Murray going to beat all of these teams to be able to be a playoff contender? Where is that going to happen? Then you go over and you look at Gardner Minshew. He's going against the Texans without Hopkins. He's going against the Colts with a busted up, old, saggy, retired, semi-retired Phillip Rivers. And he's going up against the Tennessee Titans, who they're probably the front runner in that division, but you know, he can at least make it in as a second seed. You know, that's one team. But the Phillip Rivers and the Colts, they don't scare you. Phillip Rivers is done. He's washed completely. But you compare that to Kyler Murray's division. You compare Daniel Jones on the Giants, where he only has to get through the Cowboys and the Eagles. The Cowboys and Eagles at any given day, no matter how much talent they have, because as far as the division, even the Giants a couple of years ago, minus the offensive line, when you look at the talent on these teams, as far as like star talent, as far as like weapons, when we had Odell and Victor Cruz and all of these people coming through, this division has been extremely talented. But for some reason, someone in the NFC East always has a chance to win it at 9-7, 10-6. A couple times, you know, we had outliers where we had dominant teams, but most of the time the NFC East, it's up for grabs. So to compare that to Kyler Murray and the division with Russell Wilson and the 49ers defense and the Rams, I mean, let's be real. So guys, pump the brakes. Kyler Murray, I believe, he's that guy. If you look at my videos, I probably look like a huge hater of him, which I'll kind of admit, you know, I'm biased because people are going to, I don't think that anybody really deserved that Rookie of the Year more than Daniel Jones last year as far as on the offensive side. Maybe you can give it to Josh Jacobs or one of the receivers, but as far as quarterbacks, Daniel Jones led the quarterbacks in touchdowns and didn't even play the whole year. So I'm biased in that sort, but I think Kyler Murray is going to be a really good quarterback. I think he has it. I think he has that clutch factor. I think he's a big player. He makes big plays and, you know, at big times. But as far as this year, I mean, you look over, you see another short guy, Russell Wilson, and I don't see how he's going to be able to do anything with that. At least not this year. So wait till next year. Cardinals fans I've been seeing, they kind of have the battered fan syndrome, and they've been trying to tell the media to calm down. So I'll tell the media for you guys. Just pump the brakes. Just go ahead and relax. Pump the brakes because it's year 2. Let's see how he plays with DeAndre Hopkins. Let's see if Larry Fitzgerald has anything left. Let's see if Christian Kirk can be better. Let's see if the running backs they have can put together a full season of being good. Let's see if their defense can hold. Let's see if this offensive line that they just put together this year, multiple new additions, can gel together before we start crowning them as the next big thing in the league. But that's just my take on this. You guys, let me know, how many wins do you expect the Cardinals to get this year? I'm thinking 7 to 8 wins. That's my prediction. So let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think the Cardinals are going to do as far as win-loss. And let me know what you think Kyler Murray's stats will be for this year. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Diggy546. I'm out.